Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. I want to touch base on you tonight with a couple little things that's going on in my life that you might want to check it out in your life. Well, I figured this would make a good lesson for the evening. Now, those of you that have kept track of my YouTube channel, which I know there's a few, you remember a little over a year ago, not long after I started this channel, I had a very good friend of mine, real good friend of mine. He was a non-Christian. I'm not going to call him a non-believer because he was raised going. And we had a good friendship. I did not try to cram my religion, my faith down his throat. We did discuss it periodically. I told him once, because like I said, it was tight. I told him once that I was concerned about him and his lack of faith, and where he was going to spend eternity. And he informed me in a nice way that he thought he was a nice guy. He was okay. And that at the end times he'd be okay. And I expressed to him that you was raised in a church. You grew up going to church. You know that's not how it works. So he had basically been questioning if there really is a God in the whole routine. A lot of us have done that. I have done it. And I left it alone with that. Now that goes back 2 or 3 years ago. And about a year or so back, he subscribed to my YouTube channel. And y'all know I have done politics on here. I've done trucking on here, and I've done a little bit of spreading the word on here. And he had got notified I'd put up one of my videos, and it happened to be one of the Christian spreading the faith videos. And he pretty much went nuts. Now, once before, he had made some comments about my faith, and I blew it off and just let it go where it needed to go, and it worked its way through. So now here a year or two later, he gets offended by a video I put up, and not what's in the video, just that I put up a Christian video and it came through on his notifications. So he started the "Dear Santa Claus, would you please ask the Easter Bunny to ask the Tooth Fairy to do this and blah, blah, blah." And I didn't know when he first did that it was being directed at me. And I'm like, dude, what's up? You know, and a couple of our other friends was the same thing. You know, haha, what's up, dude? And he let me know that if I wanted to worship my make-believe God, that he could worship his make-believe people. Really? Well, we exchanged a few comments. No, I did not get mad and tear him up. I explained to him, dude, I've never tried to force my faith down your throat. I have never criticized you for your lack of faith. Why are you doing this? Well, you don't have to preach at me to be beating me over the head with your faith. Okay, unsubscribe from the channel. So we've gone over a year, and I just, okay, enjoy your life. You know, good luck to you. And I blew him off. I did not unfriend him, didn't delete his phone number out of my phone, none of that stuff, but had no communications, no contact with him for over a year. And Father's Day, sitting there at the house, real late, pretty much bedtime, I get a text. It says, "Happy Father's Day, bro. I'm sorry I offended you and your faith." Wow. And it was from him. I read it to the wife. She knows him real well. She's like, "Wow, what's up? Is he dying?" Literally. So I sent him back a response. I said, "Thank you, brother." I said, "That means a whole lot to me, and happy Father's Day to you." And I left it alone. Monday afternoon, I went ahead and I called him. My thing is that as a Christian, we are told to forgive. And I have made videos about forgiveness. It has been a very hard thing for me in my past. I still struggle with it. I made the call. He had reached out. I felt obligated to reach out. So I did. He didn't answer. I left him a very decent message. You know, "Hey, truck driver, you'd reach out, so I'm reaching out. Call me sometime if you want. Goodbye." Well, Tuesday afternoon, he calls me. And we talked for over an hour. Good conversation. We got discussing some stuff. And his dad has had bad health for several years. He's been watching him go downhill, and he has Alzheimer's. And every spring they have a little family get together, and he had went up to it. And he told me, he says, "Dad didn't even recognize me." He said, "And I thought about that all the way down, seeing my dad, and it's like a 5-hour drive." He says, "And his pickup." He says, "I thought about that all the way home. Life is just too short to put up with some nonsense." He says, "And I also thought about, I didn't want to lose a good friend, and we was damn good friends, and I didn't want to lose a friend over me being stupid." He says, "So I want to sincerely apologize to you for being stupid and offending you and your faith." Wow. From that hillbilly, that was a mouthful. It really was. I told him that I did appreciate it, and it was all good. And then we made light of it, joked a little bit. I'm like, okay. Now don't get me wrong, the friendship will require work. Will the trust be there that was there before? I don't know. I would like to think so, but I don't know. I will make my attempts to rekindle that friendship. It is amazing how stuff can happen around us that wakes us up and makes us say, "Wow, what am I doing? What am I thinking?" That's one of the things that I want to point out to y'all tonight, is life is short, and you don't know. In the twinkle of an eye, you can be gone. Good book tells us that. Twinkle of an eye, you can be gone. Life's too short to be putting off a lot of stuff. What do you need to work on? Do you need to work on some forgiveness? Are there some people out there that you actually need to forgive? Your thing about getting with it. Are you right with the Lord? If you're not, you might be wanting to get with it and get right. Life is extremely short, and the older we get, the more we realize that. Just a little heads up for you, something for you to think about. And I told you there was two things that I wanted to bring up. And the second one is I got a fella a job over here with this company. And every time I turn around, he's telling me how they did it to him. They. And I got this crappy truck. And they did this and they did that. I got a little short with him today. As we had talked earlier, and discussed his situation on where he was going, what kind of driving time and all that bunch of trucker stuff. And we came to the conclusion that when he got to his receiver, he'd pretty much be out of hours. And I thought we had came to the conclusion that he needed to stop and make sure he had food, drinks, whatever he needs, so he could take his 10-hour break there. And evidently, we was on different pages. Because he sent me a text, they did it to me again. I'm out of hours and I'm going to have to spend the night on premises. Okay. That's part of the job. That happens. Now, you should always have food and drinks in this truck. You never know when you're going to break down, for how long, or when you're going to get stuck like he did. So that is a driver's responsibility to be prepared. Play the Boy Scout thing. Be prepared. And then he sent me another one about some logbook issues. Now I got a little irritated with the they. They did it to me again. And going through my head is, no, they didn't. You did. You put yourself in this predicament. There was some stuff he could have done before he got in that predicament to prevented that predicament, but he didn't. So who is the they? Now, I got a little short with him, and I said, just quit if it ain't your kind of gig. And he sent me back and, okay. How about owning up for your own actions, folks? I have told you numerous times that when we all get to glory, we are going to be held accountable for our actions. When you get to glory, you're not going to be able to stand up there and tell the good Lord, well, they. He's going to be saying, we ain't talking about them. When they get up here, I'll talk to them about them. What about you? What did you do? Own up for your own actions. What did you do? I'm talking to you about you. You need to think about it. When you get up there, you and him. It's not they. It ain't your family. It ain't your preacher. It ain't your church. It's you and the Almighty. You might want to be thinking about self-checking. And yes, I know lately a lot of mine has been about self-checking. Guess what? We need to check ourselves. We need to get ourselves in line. We need to be held accountable. We need to hold ourselves accountable because we will be held accountable. Are you holding yourself accountable? What are you doing? Is it you? Or is it a they? Hey, y'all remember, God loves you and so do I. He will hold us accountable though. on all of your earthly issues that you was commanded to do. Y'all have a blessed evening. I hope you got something out of this. Good night.